name's Ruby, and my favourite book that I've read this year is The Children Act by Ian McEwan. The reason I love this book so much is it really encourages us to examine what is legally meant by a child. As with so many of McEwan's books, the narrative is just so interesting because it's so slow-paced and it's so attentive to detail. Literally one of the best books I've ever read.
Hi Penguin Platform, I'm Gemma, and the best book I read this year was The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. It's such a sweet story about two friends who are learning to love themselves in Paris. Prince Sebastian is a prince. Obviously, he goes out dressed at night as Lady Crystalia, his alter ego, and it's about his friendship with Francis as they navigate their identities together. It's really wonderful, it's really sweet.
My favourite book of 2019 is a book called The Kindness Method by Shirazadi, which is kind of applicable to anyone. It's about habit change, and it is one of the best self-help books I think that has been out there. It helps you make changes in whatever area of your life that you'd like, and it is no nonsense, approachable and kind most of all.
Hi Penguin Platform, I'm Abby, or British Book Reader on Instagram. My favourite book of the year was The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown. The characters were vivid. I love thrillers, which it also was, and it was YA. The descriptions were great, like the style of writing was great. It was first person. Oh, I loved everything. I loved everything about it. And I'm definitely going to reread it again next year for sure, because I thought it was that great.
Hi Platform, I'm Sarah from Sarah's Chapter. I'm a blogger and Instagram. I've been blogging since 2015. My favourite book that I've read this year is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I was just absolutely blown away by the writing, and it is the perfect Gothic thriller, especially for the winter months.
Hi Platform, I'm Alex, and my favourite book of the year is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I think it's an amazing narrative of a different kind. I think we delve a little bit into a different kind of character than you normally expect, and it's just an amazing read, so read it.
Hi Platform, my name is Jay. I'm the boyfriend of British Book Reader on Instagram. The best book I read this year was a book called Fulgrim. It's about the fall from grace of someone who's meant to be quite inspirational and like perfect. And the book follows a really cool, like everything builds up and builds up and builds up and then it crashes down. And he's quite like a musical and creative character. And I just thought, I can't stop this ride. I need to find out what happens.
Hi Platform, I'm Hannah Snow, and my favourite book I've read this year is On Being Different by Merle Miller. I just thought it was really both modern, contemporary and a classic.
The best book I've read this year is actually the autobiography of Malcolm X. And it's a book that I chose to read specifically this year as I'm leaving adolescence and going into adulthood. I think it's really interesting in the face of so many different issues across the world to think about how we've inherited different political issues. It really helps me in terms of navigating what will leave behind for the next generation.
Taking Up Space is basically two ex-Cambridge students collated their experiences about being black girls at university, so how to navigate lectures, friends, relationships with your mental health at universities. It's so useful for girls who are accessing higher education who otherwise might not have this advice.
So imagine if America had its own royal family.
So you have Beatrice who's being groomed to be queen, you have Samantha who's dealing with living in her sister's shadow, so she's being a party animal. You have Jefferson who's having like a crazy love life, and you have Nina who just kind of wants to hide and be in the shadows, but that doesn't work out so well for her.
I can kind of imagine this book being Gossip Girl meets The Princess Diaries.
My favourite book that I read this year was The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I thought it had real Agatha Christie vibes, and it was really interesting and a real page turner.
I think I'm going to have to go with Becoming by Michelle Obama. Like, it was just such an honest memoir and it was just such a great read, so yeah, I'm going to have to go with that one.
My favourite was A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. I read his other book, Beartown, and that was amazing. But this one was just so great because it's one of those books where nothing really happens, but by the end you just absolutely love it and you fall in love with the characters.
If you just want to read something a little bit different in terms of like the writing style, or you're really interested in books that have like multiple different characters and multiple different subplots, Girl, Woman, Other is a beautiful book to read as well. If you're like me and you love contemporary fiction, generally speaking, you're bound to love this novel. It's excellent.